up, wake up. You've got the power. You've got
my people in the East, yo, you gotta wake up. Midwest, dirty South, yo, you gotta stand up. All my homies in the West, yo, you gotta wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Law Library. I'm pleased to announce a special person is here with me again tonight, and I thought that I was going to do some more on the mental health, which we'll pick up on mental health and criminal behavior, how it affects the people of color in our communities. But right now, we're going to reintroduce my brother, T.A.
Peace. That's my name, T.A. What's happening, man? It's good to be back, man. You know, I needed a little break, man, especially from my crazy-ass brother. I'm going to tell y'all that. I love him, though, for real. Yo, that we here to teach the Lord, man. Like, he into the mental health thing. I ain't no clinician or none of that, so I don't know about that. But when it come to the law, it's something that we both know about, and we gonna tell y'all about it, man. You know what's crazy, though? And I really thought about this, because if this was a podcast of us assassinating a dude or a woman's character, we'll probably have 500,000 subscribers and everything. This here is just us trying to teach and educate y'all on something that could save y'all life, man. So we do ask that you like and subscribe. And if we say something that you don't like, call in and tell us about it, man. But seriously, man, this is about the law, man, for real, man. Recently, I've come across a couple of cases where there's people in jail from where the victim said that they didn't do it, but they still in jail. And I think I said this before, that if DNA is good enough to send you to jail, then DNA should be good enough to get you out of jail, right? But it seems like it's a double standard, man.
What you mean?
Like, you know, they will use your DNA to send you to jail.
No question.
But
man,
if your DNA could exonerate you, you're going to go through hell trying to get out of jail. You know, I keep telling y'all that y'all worth more in jail than in the street, so let's prove these people wrong and show them that you worth more right here, man. Let's teach these people that you know the law, that you know your rights, man. You know, I'm dealing with two other cases right now. One, a brother got 21 years in jail. The alleged victim came back after he got a conscience, and he said, I lied. That's not him.
Who he told it to?
He told it to the judge and the DA.
Okay.
You know what they told him?
What?
Get the hell out of here. He's going to be on the show soon, too, because I asked him to come on the show because it's real important that y'all hear. This just ain't me talking stuff. This is the victim. This is the alleged victim who went back to court and said he lied and got a man in jail for 21 years.
How long ago was that?
21 years ago.
No, that he came back and said that he lied.
He just came back 2 years ago.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So
he came back 2 years ago.
So the person in jail is doing post-conviction litigation now, right?
He's doing it. He's just about exhausted all of his remedies.
At what level?
But that shouldn't even be the issue.
They're not going to let him go just because the dude said it wasn't him?
But his word was good enough to send him to jail?
Yeah.
His word was good enough to send him to jail, but it ain't good enough to get him out.
Right. That's how a broken system works. The system is broken, so that's what happens.
No, the systematic racism is what I like to call it, right? Because you're worth more in jail than you are in the street. But let's get serious about this, man. Look, there's another case that's going on right now. A dude is under punishment from something that happened 28 years ago. And the person who said he did something is saying that she lied, that she was under pressure, that she told the judge, I don't want to do this. And the judge told her, go see the DA. And the DA didn't care what she had to say, long as they could send an innocent black man to jail. And these is just a couple of cases, man.
Well, let me ask you this. What happens, okay, so the alleged victim in either case first said somebody did something to them.
Right.
Was breaking the law.
Right.
And they got arrested and prosecuted and incarcerated, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Right.
And then years later, the same people that put that person in there came back.
And saying
said-
they lying.
Right.
Saying
So-
that they lied at that
the first time. The first time.
Right.
So why do you think the system don't accept their credibility when their conscience comes away years later and they step forth and say what they saying is the truth now?
That you know what, bro? I really don't know why the system don't accept it, but part of me does, right?
Yeah, what part says that?
Is because you done locked a person up for all these years. Now keep in mind that these people said, I'm not guilty from out the door.
Okay.
You know, now in one case, you got the person who told the judge, I don't want to press charges, y'all misconstruing what I'm saying.
Okay.
Wrote a letter to the judge and the DA. The judge say take it up with the DA. You know what the DA do? Tell her she better not open her mouth.
Okay, so that was a trial case. The case
Yeah.
got tried and she testified?
No, she
Oh,
never
the-
testified.
The defendant pled guilty.
He pled guilty from fear. From fear. And that's what's killing a lot of our young dudes in these courtrooms. And this is why I say, learn this stuff I'm talking about, man.
Well,
Go to the law library, man. Seriously, man. That if you on Rikers Island fighting a case, or if you in the streets fighting a case, hey, man, learn something about your case, man.
Right.
Get off that line shit about I got a lawyer. You got an 18B. You
Tell
got
the people what
somebody
an
who's
18B
been appointed by the
By the
court.
courts.
That's all an 18B is. Somebody who's been appointed by the court.
So-
You ain't spent a damn dollar.
So he's not worth too much more than a public public defender.
No, you said it right. A public pretender. That's what they are.
Right,
That
right.
they pretend that they know the law, man.
And basically, their job is to get you to plead guilty.
Man.
Because I want to go back to that, what you said.
That
I was
their
scared.
job is to
Keep
push
the
you
wheel-
right through the system fast as possible.
Keep the wheels turning.
Fast as possible. A whole bunch of these dudes don't even know what 18080 is. You know, they listen to these lawyers. No, don't go to the grand jury. If you don't go to the grand jury, I can practically guarantee you're getting indicted.
And
It's
that's
a
basically-
one-sided story.
That's what I'm going to say, yeah.
It's a one-sided story. Hey, man, this ain't no phenomenal shit or nothing, man. I ain't go to college to learn law, man. I dropped out of school in the 7th grade. I learned the law because they gave me a life sentence. You know,
Okay.
you ain't got that. You can Google me, Charles T.A. Gorman, that you could Google me and certain articles gonna come up, some good, some bad. Hey, man, I've never lied about who I was. You know, come on, let's get serious about this, man. Let's start teaching and educating and learning things that's going to save our lives and our children's lives, man.
So, on that note, why don't you go back and explain what the 188 is? Because
Man.
the grand jury proceeding, if you don't go and you don't exercise your right, you're right. It's going to be a one-sided story.
Do you actually
Yo.
know what the grand jury, the 18080 is? It's called the preliminary hearing. Actually, that's what it is. That they got 144 hours to indict you.
Okay.
Right?
And
And,
the preliminary
you ain't
hearing-
got to take my word. Look under CPL 180.80, right? They got 144 hours to indict you, right?
Right.
But this here what happens. The lawyer tells you don't go to the grand jury because you got a record. So you say, oh, shit, he just scared me. I'm not going to the grand jury because they're going to indict me.
Does he
If
think
you-
about what the record has to do with the present case?
If you don't go, they're going to indict you. Even
Right.
if you have a record, this is the best way that you can diffuse that, right? And I've done it. Everything on that paper is true. But what does that have to do with why we here today?
Right, that's what I was
See,
saying.
because if
Yeah.
you want to constantly
Bring up the
punish
past.
me for what I did in the past,
Right.
then you're saying there's no such thing as rehabilitation. There's no such thing. Oh, no, he did this in the past, he must have did this now. No, people
But
grow.
the average grand juror, they don't know nothing about that.
No,
You know, they get a
and
notice
that's
to
the
come.
beauty. It's not the grand jury. It's the individual. Grand juries consist of what's called a quorum.
And How many is that?
16 to 23. You must have that for it to be a grand jury. 16 to 23. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look under 190. CPL 190 will tell
York
you
State.
exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
The grand jury consists of regular individuals.
Right.
You know, it's not they lawyers, they judges, or DA. They regular people who come to hear your side of the story and the people's side of the story.
That's if the defendant appears.
That's if he goes.
Right.
But they got to stop listening to these lawyers who tell them don't go. Listen to me. If you don't go, 90% chance you're going to get indicted because it's a one-sided story. It's a cop telling a story against you. And they're going to believe the cop because they have nothing to
Compare it
refute
to.
what the cop
Right.
is saying. You know, like I've beat the grand jury before. I went in there, told the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
And they decided not to indict.
And they decided not to indict me.
Okay. Good.
You know, and then I went on to help 27 other individuals beat it. You know, like, come on. And y'all gonna hear me say this a lot. We ain't no dummies, man. We ain't no dummies. Put the grand theft video down and all that. Let's get up to date on something right here, man. Seriously, man. You know, you're copping out to 20 and 30 years. That's a lifetime.
But that's what I was going to ask you. So, in the case where it's a girl, I assume, that lied on the person, and then years later, they came back or whatever, after 21 years or whatever. But you said the dude was scared to go to trial?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like a type of intimidation situation that caused somebody to plead guilty to
That's
something,
exactly what it
to
is.
something they didn't do.
That's exactly what it is. Look, man.
Okay.
There's a young dude I know just got busted, right?
Okay.
And they charging him with murder. Him with murder. His mother called me, TA, could you assist? I said, of course, I'll help. First thing I told the dude, keep your goddamn mouth closed. You remember
Yeah.
on the first show I told you about, no, actually it was the second because we was dealing with the Fifth Amendment. That you got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Including everything you say on the jailhouse phone.
So the best thing you could do is
Shut
don't
up.
say nothing.
Yeah, shut up. Don't say nothing.
You know, hey man,
Okay.
I don't know if he did it or if he didn't do it. The only thing I'm gonna be there to do is help and explain certain things about the proceedings as they go along. You know, now what I'm telling y'all is for free because he can't hear me nor see me. And I don't talk on the telephone when he called because they'll misconstrue your words. Believe me, I
Right.
just went to jail for it. But this is all the dudes who's on Rackets Island and
Using
the
the phone.
sisters too,
Using
who
the
talking with a family member. Listen to me. Right in front of you, if you're on the telephone, it's a big ass sign that say all calls are being recorded.
Right.
Believe that.
And a lot of people still run their mouth.
They
about
still
their
run
case.
their mouth because
And
they
get
don't
jammed
know
up.
better.
Right.
They don't know better, bro. Like, seriously, man.
So you think it's an issue of literacy? They can't read that sign?
No.
But they basically know what the sign say. Just about everybody know.
That they know
Yeah.
exactly what the
The sign
signs
say.
say, but they
Right.
just disregard it, man.
You
know,
Why you think that is?
I really don't know, man. I really don't, man. Like, and
Is
then
that emotional?
part of me believes that they done got so hooked in these games, they think it ain't real. They think it ain't real, man.
Okay, wait. When you say hooked in these games, you talking about after some event happens to them?
Video games, man.
Right.
Like, you got a lot of the youth.
Grand Theft Auto or
You got a
something.
lot of the youth who try and emulate what they see on these videos. Like, come on, man. You got to be joking me.
Give me an example of what you're talking about.
Man, look.
What they trying to emulate?
The craziness that the craziness that goes on.
Okay.
You know, like, man, look, man. If you can't touch it, it's not real.
Has to be tangible.
It got to be tangible.
Tangible,
man.
able to be touched.
You know,
felt,
like,
and held.
we ain't from Missouri or nothing like that, man. I'm from out of New York City, man. Trendsetters. That's what they used to call us. Trendsetters.
The times changed, though.
Times change
So
now.
many trends.
It's sad because, you know, a lot of people follow other people, man, and like a whole lot of people in the rap game and other places and shit, right, who they look up to for whatever reason. I really don't know why, because if my freedom's involved, it's a serious matter. You know, you got dudes who doing stupid shit knowing they can't get away with it.
Like what?
No, murder, robberies, all type of stuff. Knowing they can't get away.
So
Every time you
think-
come out your house, you on camera.
Right. So you saying no matter what, people disregard the consequences of their behavior and behave that way anyway. That's going to cause them harm.
I've been said that. Critical and consequential thinking,
Okay.
man.
Right.
You know,
So how can we change that trend then? 'Cause
By
you're talking
trying-
about trends.
by doing what we doing right now.
Right.
Teaching and educating, man.
Okay.
Teaching and educating, man. Like, yo, like, I'm in the streets every day, man. I talk with the youth. I love the youth. I love y'all. I really do, man. You know, but this dumb shit that be going on, I just can't see what made you. That can't be your best thinking.
So you think that there's a problem with their thinking?
I definitely believe that they're not thinking. A whole bunch of what goes on is peer pressure, social media. A dude get on social media and say whatever he want, man. And he has the right to. It's the First Amendment. Freedom of speech. You know, he might say, TA's a bitch, I'm gonna knock him out, all this here. I'm not gonna react off that. I ain't gonna react off that.
But that's you. 'Cause youth, you ain't no young buck, bro, no more. But the youth might interpret it in the wrong way, and then give an adverse response to that.
Give an adverse response.
You know,
That's what they
engage in
giving.
some-
That's what
yeah.
they giving. They throwing their lives away, man.
Okay.
Like they really throwing their lives away, man. You know, listen,
Sure.
and this to anybody. If you kill somebody, you're killing yourself, man. That you're on camera or somebody gonna testify against you, right? Now we got a young man or a man or woman dead. Then we got you in the prison system doing 25 to life, and I think they give out more time than that now, you know.
Depends on
But
the record.
I need to let you know that when you're in jail, you're dead, man. You know, all that shit about my homies gonna do this, it might happen for a month or 2 months. And I'm talking to you from experience, man. After time, you're forgotten about. As time go on. See, what a lot of dudes don't realize why is life go on in the streets. Just cause you in jail don't mean the other person's in jail. You know, dudes start talking crazy. Yo, I'm gonna kill that girl cause she messing with such and such. You locked up, she not locked up.
Right.
You know? Yo, that my man stopped sending me this, I'ma run down on him. That you no longer his man. He got a new friend. And if
'Cause
he
you're not there.
and if he is your man, then you're blessed to have a real friend who still look out for you because nobody's obligated to do anything for you. You know? Now
So basically, wait, hold on, let me ask you this. So basically, you're saying when a person commit these knucklehead crimes that they don't think about and don't worry about the consequences or whatever that is, they trade their whole life in, you know, under a prison term and don't expect to lose friends and shit like that?
no, they really don't. They don't really don't. They don't really don't. Like they psyched
Is
out
that-
saying that they man gonna do this or my homie gonna do that.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Right.
There's
I know when
one-
we was growing
like
up.
there's
we-
one or
yeah.
two dudes who actually is still connected from the penitentiary, right?
Okay.
And they're fortunate, right? But for the average dude who go to jail, man, look, friends are far and in between, man. Friends are far in between, and just as I said, I'm speaking to y'all from experience, man. You know, learn the law. You got a lot of dudes on Rikers Island who can't even tell you what an omnibus motion is. You know, you ask them about their case, and they go into some far-fetched shit, you know. Look, man, that you should know your case frontwards and backwards.
When you say far-fetched shit, what you mean?
That they start telling you far-fetched shit.
Something that you think or
Shit
sounds
that don't
irrational?
exist. Shit that don't exist, man.
Okay.
Shit they be telling people, it just don't exist, man.
So
Look.
So wait. So again, having you just saying that, so you don't think that some of these people have mental health issues?
That's something
Because
that I
that-
can't speak on. That's something
Okay.
that I can't speak on because I'm not a clinician.
I can, but
I have no experience with it, right?
All right.
Is
I mean, you
there
got
crazy people in the world?
Exactly.
Yes, there is.
All
Yes, there is.
Do
Crazy.
they do crazy shit?
Yes, there is. Crazy
What?
people do crazy things. Shit.
That's what we call crazy.
They said that I was crazy.
Right. Who told you that?
The system.
Okay.
You know, they said
Based
you
on
was
what?
crazy.
Based on what?
You know, based on the fact that I kept coming back time and time again. But see, look,
Okay.
just let me say this. The police ain't never catch me doing nothing. Somebody always told something about me. And I'm going to sit here and tell y'all that everything they said I did, but I found a way to beat them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to y'all, that these people can be beat. Even if, hey, man, look.
When you say beat, it sound like the shit is a game.
No,
There's a way
this shit is
the way
the
to
truth.
undo what was done.
The shit is the truth because these people
Right.
make mistakes every day in them
Okay.
courtrooms.
Right,
But
so-
because you don't know it, you don't know the terminology, you're not trying to learn it, you're spending 10, 20, 30 years in jail. There's dudes who I met had 20-something years in, and somebody said, hey, man, this here issue you got right here, man.
But explain that so people know
I just told them.
the issue.
This is an issue. I really don't. This is just an example I'm giving y'all, right?
Right. But I want them to fully understand.
Look.
If
That,
like a change in the law is an
hold
issue,
on,
right?
hold on. That I got a friend. He did 21 years in prison, right?
Okay.
For 21 years, he said, I'm innocent.
Right.
I'm innocent. And finally, the motion he put in got into the right hands. And they read it. And he's a hell of a paralegal to this day. He travels the country helping people, man. He's helped over 9, 10 people get out of jail. You know, he got a program called Wrongfully Convicted, right? And he's a hell of a dude, man, right? But it took him 21 years to get these people to understand what he was saying. I didn't do this, man.
Right.
Hey, yo, these people
And
is so
it was
wicked.
the
why?
police that caused him to be there.
It was a crooked cop. Not just caused him, but caused
A few
we
others.
don't know how many others.
Okay.
Honestly, like we really don't. And what happens? The cop gets excused. Oh, well, he's been retired and we really can't do nothing. Bullshit. Bullshit, man.
What you think they would have did, or what would you have called justice for the cop?
Lock his
to
ass
get him-
up.
Send him to
Lock his
penitentiary
ass
like
up.
he sent everybody else.
Lock his ass up.
Okay.
Lock his ass up, man.
All right. So with that being said, we're gonna take a quick little break. But I want to point out when my brother was saying an issue is something that affects the outcome of your case. For example, a change in the law. Somebody might else be reading the law library, law journal, and say, okay, the Supreme Court says that if you fit this criteria, the law now allows you to apply for your freedom because you wrongfully convicted or whatever. So the issue is something that affects the outcome of your case. A motion is the documents, the written paperwork that you submit your argument on to the court and to the DA, get the DA a chance to oppose it. So these are the meanings of the words that my brother used, issue and motion.
No,
All right.
see, now let's go a little deeper before we break here,
Go ahead.
right? You know what most dudes mess up in the law library? Because they look for a case that's like theirs. We don't care about the facts of your case. It's the law of your case that we worry about. That's what wins the case, the law of your case. Dude might have got busted for stealing a bike, and the judge said this, this, and this. And you could be reading and say, oh, shit, this is me. Forget about the bike. Look at the law. That's why
Well, how
you
would the
gotta
law
know it.
apply to the bike?
It's not
like
the
say-
facts of the case. It's the law of the case.
I would say
It's
it's
the
the
law.
law of the case as applied to the facts.
Look,
Some way they got to have a way to
look,
measure what's
look.
what.
That there's a case called People versus Velarde, right? Came out in 1993, I believe.
Okay.
Dude caused a big fire in Brooklyn. Fireman died, everything, right? Now here my case come. I ain't got nothing to do with no fireman, no fire, or none of that. But when I get to the law and they get to talking about because this document wasn't turned over, I said, oh shit, that's the same shit happened in my case. Then they go a little deeper. The people are under an obligation
Turn it over.
to turn, oh shit, they ain't turn it over in my case.
And what was the result of the first case that you read?
He got reversed.
Okay, go ahead.
I got reversed.
That's it. Okay.
100 other people got reversed because they dealt with the law of the case, not the facts of the case.
So you trying to tell me there was no issue as to the fact that the document was never turned over?
That's the only issue. The document wasn't turned
That was a
over.
fact, though, right?
That's an actual fact.
Okay.
But that's
So-
not the case. Wow,
I understand what you're saying. I get
no,
it.
No, because
Go ahead.
you're misconstruing it.
No, no.
We don't care about the facts. Look, that your case is your case. You all might have punched the dude in the face and knocked him out. I really don't know.
Okay, that's happened before. Go ahead.
Police might have questioned 5 people. 4 of them said it wasn't you, and then 1 of them said it was you. But the only document they gave you was the one that said it's you.
Right. They withheld the
So
rest
now
of it.
you locked up,
Okay.
and you looking for a case where somebody punched somebody in the face. You wasting your time. I'm telling you, you wasting your time. But then you find a case that say they withheld 4 documents.
Right.
And you say, oh shit, they did the same thing to me.
Brady violation. Okay.
They withheld the documents.
Okay.
This is statements. This is
They couldn't
statements.
exonerate you. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
in the state of New York, it's called Rosario material. It's a prior statement somebody made against you, but nobody turned it over to you because you up north in these law libraries now. So
Yeah.
you filing what's called freedom of information, and you asking for certain documents, and somebody slip up and they send you these 4 statements. And you say, I never had this. Now, Brady and all that kicks in, but Bagley kicks in also, which deals with a probability that the outcome would have been totally different if you had these documents.
Okay, that's on the law.
That's all I talk about
Right.
is the law.
Right. But the fact-
I don't care about your facts. You can tell me your
They care
facts
about
one
it.
time,
Yeah.
and then my mind is going, all right, which case this dude need?
Right.
You
Okay.
know? And that
But the-
comes from reading and retention.
Yeah, that's cool too. It's also called research. But still, it's a fact that the document wasn't turned over. So having said that, we'll be back after a short break. Peace.
Looking for a daycare for your little one in Queens, New York? We're opening every little step to you. We offer the best caregivers, COVID-safe guidelines. We've been in business for many years and now have a bigger location located on Woodhaven Boulevard. Every little step too. Check out our new website. Do you need childcare? Call today to get your child enrolled. Feel good knowing your kids are safe with us. Kids are our future leaders. Together we can change the world.
Peace. Yo, yo, yo.
Peace. What's happening? TA.
Ykim. Welcome back to the Law Library. All right, so we was having a discussion about
Issues
What?
of the law.
issues of the law. For example, when what does it take to get a person exonerated? And we was talking about how different witnesses in different cases came back after their conscience awoke, and they came back and tried to inform the judicial system of their errors, of their ways, you know, at a younger time that caused someone to get locked up. And the outcome wasn't as favorable as expected. So my brother had pointed out a case, but I wanted to point out a case that I just recently worked on where the young man was set up by his girlfriend, and she worked with the police to get him convicted by putting weapons into a safe that the young man wasn't even staying at that property. So fast forward, I did a writ for him, and the writ was based on actual innocence, and the federal judge, we went straight to federal court. The federal judge told the prosecutor that he wanted this case and he wanted the documents, the transcripts, and everything from the state court case. So the brother got some rhythm. We in federal court. We waiting for decisions on our different requests for hearings. But I want to tell you something, though. A lot of people believe that when they work with the police to incarcerate somebody, you know, wrongly, that they just going to get, I mean, your conscience is not going to allow you to continue living your life knowing that you falsely accused somebody. It's just not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, you know, one thing we teach here at the law library is that, you know, the truth will prevail. So if you're doing some foul stuff like that and you know you're wrong, don't think you're going to have a happy life ever after, you know, the person gets incarcerated, sentenced, and forgotten about. It's going to come back. It's going to bother you. It's going to stop you from sleeping at night. With that, I'm going to give it back to my brother.
All right, just let me piggyback off what you just said, right? About the person with the conscience and everything. What about the person that knows that person is lying and still be quiet?
You talking about somebody else, a third party?
Yes, because people know when people lying, you know, this is the hood, man. That's on where we come from. A motherfucker will tell you in a minute, bitch, you wasn't there. Shut up.
Well, if that's the case, man, in the real actual situation, I think the person would say they want to mind their business. They don't want to get involved.
Yeah, and that's the sad part, man, because you could make a difference, man. You know, like really, man. Speaking about actual innocence, man. Top case in the country. Perkins versus McQuillan. Top case.
You gave me that case. I used that case.
Top case in New York. People versus Derek Hamilton.
Right.
You know. That's
actual innocent case.
That is the brother who I told y'all did 21 years. Fought 21 years of a 25-year sentence.
25 to life.
He never gave up, man.
Right.
And not only did he get himself out, he got out and has got numerous others
What's the
who
program?
had life.
What's the program name?
Wrongfully convicted.
Right, wrongfully
That's
convicted.
his program. A
Brooklyn,
great
New
dude.
York, yeah.
Great dude, man. You know, like, yo, like we quick.
Shout out.
Like we quick to run and give our money
to
these lawyers.
What kind of lawyers? What they look like?
Blue eyes. That's all I know. That's all they ever showed me.
Well, we not no racist show or nothing.
This ain't no racist show, but I'm going to talk what I talk.
Blue eyes.
Because we talk the truth here.
Right, exactly.
You know,
So
we ain't with no bullshit.
Men. These is white men.
Of course they are.
Okay.
Of course they are.
And you saying, I mean, it sounds like you're trying to say.
But listen, man.
Go ahead.
You know, and this is about me, this about Bush, this about you, this about several other dudes who I know around the country. Lawyers call us when they need help, man.
That has happened. Yeah.
They call us when they need, I need your help, man. Remember I told y'all that I ain't go to college for this, man. They took my life from me, man. I ain't want to lift no weights. I ain't want to play basketball. I did two things in jail. I gambled and I went to the law library. And I went to the law library more than I gambled. And it paid off, man.
That's good. But you knew
and
you
it could pay off for them too.
You knew that, right?
Like that stuff ain't never excited me, man.
Me neither. It's
Like,
pointless. You running up and down the court, and time is ticking. You're getting old people in your family
that
dying on the street.
That if you
and
in
ain't-
jail, right?
you ain't trying
If
to get
you
out.
in jail
Yeah.
and you locked in one of them little 6x8 ass cells with the toilet right next to your head, you better be trying to figure a way to get the hell out, man. And the only way out is through the law library, man. That's the only way out, man. You know, man, I love the law. I love the youth. I love y'all, man. But I'm telling y'all real shit, man. There ain't no other way out. I've never seen a black man try and escape from no New York State prison. I seen a couple of white dudes try and do it, you know.
But that last one was at Dannemora, right?
But the average black gets out through the law library. That's what matters. That's what counts, man. Learn the law. Start at book 1. Pick up Black's Legal Dictionary and learn some new words so you know the terminology to what they talking about. You know?
Right.
Because if you don't, then you're going to do a lot of time.
I want to go back to something that you were saying. So before, on the first part, you were saying that when people do these different crimes or whatever, you don't know what's on their mind.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
And you don't take well to the issue of mental health and that causes people to behave.
It's something I can't
that you
talk
just don't
about,
know about.
because
That's
I'm
the
not
only
a
reason.
psychologist nor psychiatrist.
Okay.
The only difference between those two is the psychiatrist can administer
Oh, we got to call in right now.
medication.
All right. Good evening. Welcome to the Law Library. Is it going to pick up?
Oh, put it on speaker.
Good evening. Welcome to the Law. Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Renee Martin, and I have some questions in reference to my son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, my son is 42. He's in jail, incarcerated in Pennsylvania State. They violated Brady rights, they violated civil rights,
Okay.
and he got caught with a lot of drugs on him. And a broken gun and a regular gun. But they keep throwing it for that. Now, one of the guns in the house because his lady has veterans, has permit for that gun.
Had a permit for the gun? The lady friend had a permit for the gun?
For the gun, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And he got caught with a lot of drugs on him. They keep pushing his court date back. His lawyer down with the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He's not helping him like he should. And I want to know if there's anybody I can go to up there and get like a pro bono lawyer. I don't have money for a lawyer. They confiscated his money and he had a receipt for all that money he had. But he won it at the casino. So he's working on that too, trying to get that back. But meanwhile, I want to know if you know anybody or what I could do. Because I called Ykim Jeffrey's office to give me a chapter in PA.
Okay.
And I also was going to write the president because they let this white guy off who had an arsenal of shit. And he had a hand grenade, he had all kinds of, and they calling my son a menace. Mind you, my son has no violence on record. No violence on record. Never assaulted nobody, never raped nobody.
Okay.
Never, So what can I do? How can I help him?
All right, that's a good question. Take that.
Well, first thing that I'm going to say to you is to tell your son to go to the law library and learn as much as he can.
Go to what?
Go to the law library.
He has. He lives in it now. He's like, he can do what you're doing right now. But he don't have, he needs some outside help right now.
Okay.
You know, I need a lawyer that's going to work with him, whether he's white or black or whatever. That's going to work with him and stop
Well,
stop
well,
them from railroading them. Like the white
listen, because
folks
most
do.
lawyers cost money, so I really don't know a lawyer who would be willing to
Right.
come on board and help you, right?
For free.
But for free, I really don't know a
Right.
lawyer who would do that.
Right.
You know, and that's why I say to you to tell
I
him
can
to
set
stay.
up payment.
Well,
I
then,
can set up payment.
well,
I
then,
don't have no law.
all right, then you need to go and talk with a lawyer, find out a good criminal lawyer, federal appeals lawyer. But you said something that I want to touch on real quick.
Okay.
You said he had a broke gun and a gun,
Well, yeah,
huh?
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
gave him an extra 5 years for that.
No, that's the thing. He's been in jail going on 5 years in May
Hmm.
and hasn't been sentenced yet.
Right. And he had
So
wait.
they violated
She-
his civil rights.
He been
Right, speedy trial.
he been
And
locked
they
up for 5
violated
years.
Brady
Hold on.
rights. It's
Brady
going
and
to
Speedy.
5 years in May.
And this
Yeah.
is in Pennsylvania.
It's in Pennsylvania, yeah.
Pennsylvania State Court,
What you call it? Huh?
Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court.
Commonwealth.
Okay.
Lackawanna County. Huh?
Okay. Lackawanna County. Okay.
And by the way, that's my uncle. Okay, your niece gave me your number.
Whose niece?
For your niece, Tracy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my
okay.
niece. That's my
Right.
niece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's on my niece. But look, this is what I really would like for you to do is give Tracy your phone number and everything so I can continue this with you. Record.
Okay,
See,
sure.
but listen, just let on me say this about the Commonwealth state, right? That
Yeah.
even though the laws are governed by the Constitution, right? Commonwealth states have a tendency to do whatever the hell they want.
I know.
That's what they're
I
doing
know.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and I'm almost quite certain that they was giving him 9-10 month court adjournments and stuff like that.
Well,
You
they
know.
just kept pushing it back. Every
Kept pushing
time
it
they
back.
pushed
The
it back.
journey.
Yeah.
This is the first one they pushed it back.
Right.
It was supposed to go August 12th.
Well,
Pushed it back to October 9th.
let me interject this right here, because that's something you can
Yeah.
cleanly you were fully aware of it. So when they push, let him
You got to hold it right there.
let him know to object to these delays.
Oh, okay.
You got to tell him
Alright.
that tell the lawyer that he objects to the delay. Put it on record,
All right.
because that's part of the rights that you're talking about that's violated. He got a right to a fast and fair, speedy trial, and if he's sitting there, you said May made 5 years.
Yeah, maybe 5 years.
He been sitting in pre-trial for 5 years.
Yeah. It happens right here in New York. It happens.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, she gonna have to call that number back.
Yeah.
Because
That it happens right here.
yeah, but that's ground for a writ of habeas corpus, man. But my point is that he has to going forward. He has to tell them he objects to any further delay. He can't get a fair trial, and one of the main reasons is witnesses' memories fade over time, and it'd be so hard to get to the actual truth after too many years. People forget shit.
It's called pre-trial
Yeah.
delay.
Right.
It's called pre-trial delay, right?
But 5 years is ridiculous,
And
man.
yes, but it happens every day. But the only way you're going to know is to learn.
Well,
That's the
hopefully,
only way.
hopefully she's hearing what I'm saying, and learning this
yeah,
now.
that she's hearing what both are saying
Right.
and everything, and hopefully everybody else who watching and listening is learning something too, right?
Right.
That you don't know your right has been violated
Well,
if
she knew.
you don't know the right. If
Right.
you don't know the right, then you don't know.
You couldn't know. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Correct. I agree.
You know, and that's
All right.
why I said to her, tell him, I said, stay in that law library, man, because he has
That's
a
what
way
he
out.
does.
He has
Okay.
a way out. Yeah.
Because he found things that they had put upon him, and he didn't even know about. He found out later, and that the judge made the prosecutor throw it out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they indicted him or something else also.
All right. Well, sis,
Okay.
listen, because I wish you and your family the best. Tell your nephew, your son, I said to stay in the law library. It pays off.
It's my
Okay?
son. All
Yeah.
right.
All
Okay.
right.
Thanks for calling.
All
Like and subscribe.
Good night. All right. Good night.
No more call?
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Not a problem.
You know, see, this is
That's an
the.
example of what we talking
But
about.
see, it's not just Pennsylvania. It's New
all
York.
over-
It's
all
New
the-
Jersey.
Yeah, all over the country.
This goes on wherever they lock people of color up, man. Believe me when I say this, man. You know, you can pick the smallest town in America, and they fighting the same legal issues we fighting in the biggest city in America.
But did you hear the part where she said that the white boy had an arsenal and a grenade,
Yeah.
and they let him go?
Yeah. Does that shock you?
Me personally,
Does it shock you?
no.
It shouldn't shock nobody in America.
That's crazy, man.
It shouldn't shock nobody in America, man. You know, white privilege is something else. It's real for those
Oh, yeah,
who don't
no-
believe.
no
It's-
question.
It's
I know
real,
that.
man.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't get lost in white privilege
How could you?
because I'm a black man.
I mean, how could you get lost?
So I
You know it
could
exists.
never have white privilege.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How could you?
But guess what?
What?
I have learned to take the same laws that apply to white privilege and
Speaking
use
to
it
me.
in my life, man. And it paid off, man.
Okay, okay.
That if you learn this, it's gonna pay off. And not just for you, but for your children, your grandchildren, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father,
Right.
you know.
So,
It-
well,
it-
let me, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, so taking for example the young lady that called in, she mentioned a few rights that was being violated. Well, we know, at least me and you know, and I'm letting y'all know now out there in the audience, that if you're sitting in pre-trial for 5 years, at some point it's two-sided. It's the system and it's the defendant too. Because if I'm the defendant and I'm sitting there 5 years, I need to know where they do that at.
Which-
How did we get to this point? I
Tell-
mean, I know. Let me finish. I know that I'm going to object on the record. I'm going to say, Jan, I can't agree with this delay. You know, I'm going to continue building my record. I know to build a record for appeal because 5 years in pretrial is absolutely ridiculous. That violates your right to speedy trial right there.
So which amendment
You
is
know,
that?
that's the Sixth Amendment.
Okay.
So
what
that's
you
your,
tell.
right. Okay, that's your Sixth Amendment right. You got a right to a fast, fair, and speedy trial. And 5 years doesn't do it. You know, that's writ action. Now, I demand to be released under the Great Writ because now I don't have a defense. My witnesses could be dying, sick, forgetting stuff, and all that. Then there's an issue of due process. When is due process going to come into the case? 5 years due process requires that.
So which amendment is due process?
Well, in our state, it's the 14th.
No.
The state of New York is the
No,
14th.
no.
That's what you told me. What
In the
amendment?
United States,
under the
it's the
Constitution of the
14th Amendment.
Okay, then I got it.
That's
mixed
the
up.
Constitution,
Okay.
right?
The U.S.
then
Constitution.
Also, remember, I told everybody this.
What?
The 14th Amendment
Ties
is
it all
like the
together.
one that interlocks all other amendments, man. And you
But-
use
but-
the word due process.
Right. But you know what I was thinking? I thought you said in New York State, under the state constitution,
Would never say nothing like that.
it's not the 14th Amendment.
No.
Okay, we can go back to that. But okay, under the United States Constitution, my brother say due process falls under the 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
So what that means is, though, regardless where it falls at, it does exist. That means due process is a process that we determine your guilt or innocence in a timely, orderly, fashionable way.
You are
5
remember,
years is ridiculous. Once again,
remember when we first started the law library?
go ahead.
And I said it's certain rights that protect us, right?
Yeah, I thought one of them
And
was.
I was
14th
watching
Amendment.
something the other day, right?
Okay,
Because I said the first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, and 14th.
as the ones that apply to us the most.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Go ahead.
That's why I said, hold on, let me see if I can find this article.
Okay, because I was
But somebody sent it to me. Where the hell is that now? Hold on. And the brother, right, quoted the same thing, man.
Quoted what? Same thing.
Same rights I said. Same rights I said.
Oh, on his thing.
Yeah, because all these rights really do not apply to us, man.
I think they all do apply to us. It's just a matter of which ones we come in contact with. You know, because the Constitution.
You ain't gonna never come in contact with the 25th Amendment.
As a president?
You ain't gonna never come in contact with that.
Okay, well.
You ain't gonna never come in contact with the 27th Amendment.
What's that, impeachment or something like that?
No.
What?
To give senators
their
pay raises and all that. You ain't gonna never come in contact with that.
Well, that depends on how much tax you pay.
And that, I don't care how much you pay.
That's how the salary's supposed to come to them, man.
Yeah,
based on the
they've been
Constitution.
doing what they want. They're gonna continue to do what they want.
All right.
It's
So
knowing the law that matters.
All right, but it's indisputable that the ones we most frequently come in contact with is the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th.
It's
and
the
14th.
first. It's the first, the second,
First, freedom of
4th,
speech.
5th, 6th, 8th, and the 14th.
Okay.
You know, those are your most
Tangible, most interactive.
that plays a part in your daily life.
Okay, more interactive.
Those right there.
All right.
You know.
Okay.
Hey man, it's good to be back, man. I'm
Okay.
glad I had a chance to talk with y'all, man. I hope to see y'all soon. And
You coming back next week, right?
I really don't know just
Don't
yet.
start
It
that,
depends on if you make me mad or not. If you make me mad, I'm not coming back. You know, that's just real shit. You know,
Make
But
you
look,
mad. I was calling it technical difficulties.
I-
Now you gonna blow me up, making it. All right.
The truth is what.
All
That's
right.
our. That's our most
Just
valuable
know
weapon. The truth.
I'm your older brother.
You know,
That's
but
all
look,
you need to know.
But I'm gonna be
Go ahead.
moving around the city, man. So you know, y'all see me from time to time. I go live on Facebook.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Me and Polo got a project we getting ready to put together, man. You know. So look, man. Tune in, like, subscribe to Law Library. And if you think I'm bullshit, ask one of your friends, your cousins, your uncles, even your mother and father, what the Lord did for them.
Having said that, y'all, we're going to tune out at this time. We enjoy being with y'all. Hopefully, y'all got some information that you could use. If you have any
Hold on.
issues or whatever, you know we're here every Friday
Yeah.
between 8 and 9. Just call in.
Peace.
And you know, we'll try to help you the best we can. But we'll keep giving you the free information that you're going to need to know. I'm going back to the mental health issue. I promise you that. All right? That is very important in our communities. And that sometimes is the cause why people end up in prison and jail. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to say
Make
peace.
me get back on. No, don't hang up. Don't.
Oh, somebody's on?
No, I'm getting ready to get on behind that shit you just said. That
Okay, go
mental
ahead.
health shit.
Yeah, but you
got
don't know
that-
about it.
You got that punk ass degree. It took you how long to get it?
3 years.
Took you 3 years.
Yeah.
You ain't no clinician.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what the fuck is wrong with you, though.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
What they call it? Cray-cray. Good night, y'all. Peace.
No, this ain't no
That's
good
it.
night yet, man.
My brother.
Look, could,
This is some off the
you
camera
tell me what the
What-
DSMV stands for?
Oh,
The
boy.
DSMV.
Yeah, Diagnostic Statistical Manual. Cut the camera
What's
off,
the
man.
V for?
The level that they at now. I think we at 5 or 6. Cut the camera, please.
All right.
Cut the camera, please. I don't know why you wouldn't try me.